Today we have a very special guest, a very beautiful and talented guest, all the way from the UK. She's been singing since she was 16, not too long ago. Has some big hits such as Zalma, Natadigbai, last year's Retro Rari, and has even been a female lead in a British film called Road. Bambi Bains, all the way from the UK. Bambi, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Right off the bat, Duniya, massive release, absolutely slated. Just a very simple question. How did the project come along?
So I guess the concept is following on from Retro Rari, which is embodying the strong female presence, which is the kind of artist that I want to be, because there's not much female representation in our industry. And so, I don't want to be like anyone else in terms of music or visual. I like to be someone who's different and brings a different flavor into the industry, because sometimes I look back and I've taken my break in the industry as well, and I've seen music all these years and not much has developed in terms of sound or visual. And so I wanted to come in with something fresh and something different for people to see and for people to hear. So I guess with Duniya, it's much harder than Retro Rari. It's a little bit darker, but it's the whole self-confidence that I want people to feel, especially women, when they're singing this song, and for them to feel like there is a female in the industry that makes them feel better about themselves, whether they want to come into the industry themselves or they just have someone to listen to other than men, singing about the same old thing, if that makes sense.
Till now, 2021, why do you think there's still a shortage of female artists, at least in our niche industry?
I guess being any type of artist coming into a music industry, you need a lot of support from not only a fan base, but from families or from labels, or if you are independent, it is very, very hard because you need to be able to fund for yourself too. So it can be a very scary thing. And luckily I have a team of people who see my vision, and we all bring in something different to the table. So I am the creative, I have Shaye as the producer, I have my management who deal with all the commercials that I hate dealing with. And I guess from my experience when I came into the industry, it was lack of family support. I guess I had like 2 people really supporting me. And also it's because I was 16 and they were afraid that something would happen to me because it's a very male dominated industry. And I came in as a very young, naive girl, not knowing anything about it, until I actually came in and I was like, wow, where are all the girls? I literally go to every single event and there is 0, literally. Wow. So it's quite daunting. That can also scare off female artists as well that hope to come into the industry.
Talking about slightly back in the days with Bambi, gospel, R&B, that's what I believe you grew up on, and initially that's what your choice of music genre was. It's turned into Punjabi, Bhangra, hip-hop, rap now. I mean, is there any particular reason?
So everything I'm doing now is really organic. It's a true representation of who I am. And people who really know me have always said, okay, this is what Bambi should be bringing out, because this is her. So a bit of background, the stuff that I grew up listening to and singing, I've always listened to Bhangra, and I've listened to everything actually, from garage to drum and bass to classical, Bhangra, Bollywood, everything. And so I've always been open-minded about music. I've never been stuck on one particular thing.
Fair.
And I guess that's why in my new music, you hear lots of different things coming together. And I guess when I was starting off as a young kid, I was always listening to Bhangra music, but I never trained in singing in Punjabi. It's just never, the opportunity was never there for me, because I grew up in a predominantly black and white school. And I was doing musicals and dramas, and I was just training in English. I don't know why, it's just something that was around me. And so when I met PBN, I was 16 at the time, that's when I was introduced into actually singing in Punjabi, which I'd never done before. So it's a very difficult thing to transition to. It's like asking Alicia Keys to sing Miss Pooja. It's like
that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah, she'll be like, how do I do that? Or asking Miss Pooja to sing something that Beyonce would sing. Like, it's very, so different. So that's why I'm very lucky, because I can do both now, and
Mhm.
I have the ability to combine the two. So now my new music has a bit of English, has a bit of rap, has Punjabi in it too, and that's why it's a true representation of me.
Which one do you prefer if you had to pick?
You know, now I definitely prefer Punjabi. I think it
Okay.
suits me better now. I guess before, because I wasn't very comfortable and I haven't been doing it for so long,
Sure.
I wasn't sure if that was my strength. But now, because I've been doing it for so long, I actually prefer singing in Punjabi, which is great because it's my roots.
What do we see from Bambi in the very near future?
Yeah, so I've been working on a lot of material. Not every song will be like Duniya or Retro Rari.
Sure.
There will be some lovey-dovey stuff, some slow songs, some happy, jolly songs for the summer. So I'm working on that. I just need to figure out which ones to release at what time.
Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope everyone enjoys my body of work.
Thank you so much, Bambi. We appreciate your time and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.